the people who are going to use AI will replace the people who are not using AI.
So can you tell me how is India and the global world as well ready to implement AI, and what is the business strategy like right now?
AI strategies for every organization is evolving. They will have agents working with humans in tandem in
Yeah.
such a cognitive fashion and such a tight manner that we don't know how things will evolve over a period of time.
Welcome to MLDS 2025. I have Chirag Jain with me, who's the VP of AI Strategy at Genpact. Thank you, Chirag, so much for coming to MLDS.
Thank you.
And I saw your session as well, and it was about the business strategy when it comes to implementing
Yeah.
AI. So can you tell me how is India and the global world as well? How are they ready to implement AI, and what is the business strategy like right now?
Yeah. See, as things are changing really fast and very dynamic, right? AI strategies for every organization is evolving, right? Everybody want to ingest the state of the art technologies in their solutions.
Yeah.
At the same time, they have to ensure that they are abiding by it, why the responsible AI governance
Yeah.
committees, how the infra is shaping up, how exactly the investment will go in. I think it's a very exciting world at this point of time, right? We are trying to learn very new things on daily basis, right? We
Yeah.
don't know if I sleep today and tomorrow I wake up, I
Yeah.
will have a new LLM coming into place, right? So things are changing so drastically. And I think we are in a very unique position at this point of time where we are talking to a lot many clients trying to understand that how they are shaping their AI strategy,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
There are different perspectives they have their own priorities, right? All these agentic AI which is coming in is again adding a new edge to how we are dealing with
Yeah.
AI
Definitely.
these days, right? They will form you can say, right, they will have agents working with humans in tandem in
Yeah.
such a cognitive fashion and such a tight manner that we don't know how things will evolve over a period of time, right?
Yeah.
It's very hard to imagine,
Yeah.
right, the things will shape up maybe next quarter when we will talk in the next, let's say, in your event,
Yeah.
Cypher.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
So I think during your talk, you also mentioned you spoke to some 119 clients
Yeah.
and how they are adopting AI agents. Can you tell us a little bit about what are the major concerns when
Yeah.
it comes to adoption of this with
Sure.
your clients?
See, it's not that these organizations which we were talking to have been using AI for quite some time, right? But since 2023 onwards, when GPT-3 started getting popularity, right? There was no clear strategy
Yeah.
at these organizations at that point of time, right? They wanted to understand, they want to leverage basically, but they didn't have clarity what kind of governance mechanism should be there,
Yeah.
right? How are they going to protect security? How are they going to bring privacy element to it, right? In fact, responsible AI committees were also shaping up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
On the way, in fact, probably after 6 months, 7 months, towards the end of 23, we saw that okay, there are committees like responsible AI which started existing in organization and they are taking decisions,
I think
right?
Genpact also released a playbook around it as well.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
right. So we have been working with responsible AI because we have been in this world for quite some time now.
Yeah.
And we have to obviously add the flavor of generative AI into it so that we incorporate all the guidelines from EU Act, or let's say talking about the guidelines which is coming from executive order from USA, because we ultimately our clients are based out of US and Europe majorly,
Yeah.
right? So we have to ensure that whatever solutions we are delivering, they are meeting their guardrails, their security protocols. Ultimately, the users have to be comfortable using it without having, you can say, right, the mind in mind that they have to be, it can leak their data, it can compromise their privacy. I think those are very, very critical aspects.
Yeah, definitely. That makes sense. So you've been using AI for, I think, you've been using it for a very long time. So when the clients come and we're talking about AI agents, do you think it is possible that a lot of the team sizes will decrease in the future? Do you think AI agents will be able to do a lot more work in the future? Have you seen some scenarios like that?
See, I think the way I think there is a common concern when people raise that, okay, will AI take away my job?
Yeah.
Right. I'll answer it in a fashion, right, that the people who are going to use AI will replace the people who are not using AI. So, for example, if I am a radiologist, okay, and I am using, let's say, a computer vision solution where probably I want to use an AI recommendation before I diagnose myself, right?
Yeah.
I will replace the person who is not using AI recommendation,
Yeah.
right? So the way I look at it is that people who are upskilling themselves, who are trying to keep up a pace with what's happening in industry, what is happening in academia, I think they will thrive, right?
Yeah.
And the way things will start working is that I don't think so AI will completely replace a human being. Okay, what will happen is that in some cases they will be able to do 20% of job which I do,
Yeah.
but they may do 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
Right. For some other person, they will take up the job. Let's say 50% of that will be automated through agents, but that will be 1,000 times better again.
Yeah, like the concept of 10x engineers as
10x
well.
engineers,
Yeah.
right? So, and the things are changing so drastically that all of us will have work. All of things will be exploring new things,
Yeah.
coming up with new innovations.
Yeah. So I have to ask this question. You don't have to answer this
Sure.
definitely, but so there's this debate around 70-hour work week, 90-hour work week. So yeah, Genpact पे, how is the work culture like? Do you say like 70 hours काम करना, 90 hours काम करना? How is the management like?
See, I don't think so. There are guidelines as such for a particular number of hours,
Yeah.
right? I think it should be driven from passion of an individual to take up the job and deliver it to their own satisfaction, right?
Yeah.
Now, if it takes 100 hours to do that job, or whether they are able to accomplish in, let's say, 15 hours, it's about, I think we should look at from the how passionate they are about taking it up, and how you can say, right? Ultimately, they want to perceive. Because we want them to own the challenge,
Definitely,
right?
yeah.
Rather than measuring based on the number of hours. uh, Personally, I don't feel that's the right criteria.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, okay. So, those are all the questions. So, how has your experience been at ML? I mean, this is the first session that you had as well, but you've been with AIM and with MLDS and a lot of other conferences. So, how has your experience been so far?
I see MLDS has always been a very pleasant experience because it sometimes act like a checkpoint, right? I do a lot of things. I talk to a lot of clients, and right, as an individual also, right? What happened is that when we come to MLDS or similar conferences like Cypher, which you
Yeah.
have, right? We get to know what different perspective are there. Are we missing out on something?
Yeah.
Right? Should we look at different perspective which people are working on? Right?
Okay, yeah.
I think that adds a lot of edge. That gives us a lot of ideas. Right? That how do we take our next step? Right?
Yeah.
I think that is something which is possible at MLDS,
Yeah.
right? Because it's anyway development friendly.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of developers comes in, a lot of AI practitioner comes in.
Yeah.
I think it's a great place to be in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, definitely. I think you summarize MLDS very well. Thank you so much, Chirag, for coming
you.
at MLDS, and thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.